Summer League Superlatives, baby. First up, most likely to in high school, this is going to be our Summer League. Last year, Donovan Mitchell was drafted 13 overall, emerged as the Rookie of the Year contender with superstar potential. So, based on who you saw in Vegas, who is the most likely? Donovan Mitchell.
The guy I love is Wendell Carter Jr. going to the Chicago Bulls. First of all, he's got a spot right away. He's going to play next to Lowry Markkanen.
Yep.
And he was hiding in plain sight this year at Duke because Marvin Bagley, right? Marvin ends up the number 2 pick. Wendell Carter's the 8th pick, but he is perfect for the Bulls because he's a cornerstone of this franchise with Markkanen. They've got Lopez up front to tutor him a little bit, and he's playing great. He's playing great in Summer League because he's versatile, he's a shot blocker, and he's a great kid. And it'd be fun to see the Bulls back. Climb up the top of the East, but this kid is a cornerstone. I love him.
I mean, it's amazing that the Bulls had this incredibly weird season. Right? Yeah. From the Bobby Portis punch all the way through. They kind of were supposed to tank. They didn't tank. That was they sort of ended up at the end of the tanking, and then they end up, and it was kind of supposed to doom them in the draft. And they do end up with this kid who is kind of this amazing fit for them.
Well,
and I can't believe he was available when they were.
Well, partly because he was not the main guy this year at Duke, because Bagley came in midsummer as a reclassified freshman, and I'm not sure Mrs. Carter was happy about that.
We don't have to guess. We've heard plenty about that.
No, but I think sometimes you go 8th and maybe you don't make as much money on the first rookie deal, but I think this is a good fit.
But if you're in the right place and you play well, I mean, that's the whole
Chicago's not bad
Well,
either.
he's set up one. I think he's going to play really well with Markkanen, but they've really drafted and developed well the last couple of years. I mean, that's the key to a quick rebuild, is that you get lottery picks you cannot miss.
Yeah.
And so far, Chicago's looking pretty good on that.
Absolutely. All right. So, a player who you think might be a little overrated. I'm trying to be delicate here.
Yeah, no. At this point, it's Bamba because Mo still has to get physically mature. He's been pushed around a little bit. He was actually pushed around some as a freshman at Texas. But if you know John Hammond and Jeff Weltman, they love length. And in fact, although Mo has been a little bit disappointing, the guy that's really been great for them this summer is Jonathan Isaac. So when those two guys grow up, you're talking 7 feet, 6'11", with wingspans from Florida to Louisiana. I think that they're going to be happy with Mo. But I didn't expect him to get off to a great start because I think he's not physically ready.
Right. Interesting. It's also interesting because, of course, not all these players are rookies, right? We see the second-year players making some big turns. Is there a second player or two that you think is ready to make some noise?
Absolutely. You know, these are what I call the playground bullies. These are the guys that played last year in the Summer League, right? John Collins and Josh Hart. John Collins of the Hawks, Josh Hart of the Lakers. You know what? They both played quality minutes as rookies, and they are playing this summer like they're the big boys at the playground, and they're pushing people around.
Well, Josh Hart was really the breakout guy for the Lakers. And last year was all about Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma. Now they're sitting in the front row, right, watching him play. And I think they're really counting on Josh Hart to play a lot of minutes this year. And they think his outside shooting and just the development of his game. Plus, he's like the Fortnite guy. So.
Well, and Ramona. LeBron's gonna love this guy because he's a winner and he does make shots. And
we'll see if he's there to play with LeBron when we get to the beginning of the season. I did want to throw up this graphic of the last 5 Summer League MVPs. Because it's so interesting. This time of year, we're like, Summer League, Summer League, Summer League.
Yes.
But then if you look at who won Rookie of the Year that season that followed, it's none of the same guys, which I think is super interesting. Some of these really stick out, right?
How about that? Glenn Rice Jr., where is he?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I was trying to be
I'm not even going to tell you what I think he might be, but that's another story.
I mean, how much, given that, right? How much do you really learn from Summer League?
You know, I always talk, the NBA Summer League is like the AA baseball all-star game.
Okay.
A lot of prospects, some suspects, but if your Los Angeles Dodgers AA guy hits 3 home runs in the AA all-star game, you don't automatically think he's the next Babe Ruth. So what Summer League is about is no overreaction. Don't overreact to great performances, although it means something when Donovan Mitchell plays well, as he did a year ago. And so far, Kevin Knox and Wendell Carter certainly done that.
Kyle Kuzma last year.
Right.
Was
Kyle Kuzma as well.
But
don't overreact in the other extreme because let me give you an example. In 2012, there was some kid from Michigan State that shot 28% from the field.
He never amounted to anything, did he?
Yeah, some kid named Draymond Green who's done pretty well.
What has he done?
Yeah.
Please. You mentioned Kevin Knox. Our producer Steve, as people who follow the show know, is a huge Knicks fan.
Boy.
Came to me this morning and said, I swear, I didn't put this in the show. Fran asked for this in the show. Besides Kevin Knox, you're actually impressed with another Knicks prospect.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yep.
I mean, this kid's 7 feet tall.
That block the other night?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, he's got some Anthony Davis, Hassan Whiteside, you know, that type of ability. And here's the crazy thing about Mitchell Robinson. Had he gone to college, he would have been in the top 6 or 7 picks. Remember how we said, Ramona, this is a big man's draft?
Yep.
Well, you throw this guy in the top 10 to go along with Bamba and Ayton and these other guys. I'm a Knicks fan, okay? Finally. Finally, when we
You
get to...
just told us not to overreact to Summer League, Fran.
Did I just overreact?
Come
You
on.
realize what you're doing to people? Like Ben Lyons is freaking out right
I
now.
know.
Steve
I'm
is
not
freaking
overreacting.
out right now.
I know. It's amazing. Everyone who follows the Knicks is like, this is amazing.
The zinger? Wait a minute. The zinger?
Hold on.
Knox?
Look at this. This is what people starving in the desert look like,
overreacting? I hope
people.
I'm not
This is what they
overreacting.
look like. It's like a droplet of water, and they're